Good morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and happy Saturday, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, officials warn of flooding to come from rain, snow melt. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
Winter is here. Be prepared with Nissan Intelligent Mobility Technologies, like available intelligent all-wheel drive, which adapts on the fly when it detects a change in driving conditions, instantly redirecting power to help you ride out the storm safely. Intelligent all-wheel drive and all-mode four-wheel drive, available on Nissan's family of SUVs. Take on today and lease the Rogue family for $159 per month, or get a low $239 per month lease on Pathfinder.
The River in Alexandria has been raging all night, and it's ice chunks just like those that have officials concerned, as they could lead to flooding. By day, it was a mesmerizing sight, ice heading down Fowler River. And by night, the water rose and the frozen pieces still threatening to create ice jams in flood areas in Alexandria.
The other big concern is if it does go cold quickly and we still have water across the road, that's going to be an issue for traffic.
Another issue on the roads, visibility. Dense fog making it difficult to see. Conditions can change very quickly, like in Newport, where flooding shut down John Stark Highway and made it impossible to navigate this McDonald's drive-thru.
We're out there, we're doing what we can. If you see water across the road, either slow down to try to go through it if you feel it's safe. If it's not safe, find another way.
With the warming, melting, and potential of ice jams, officials are warning of flash flooding.
Just because it doesn't happen in your area normally, it could happen. We just are encouraging everyone to stay tuned, stay informed, particularly in the flood-prone areas, though, in particular, is where we got to make sure that people are ready to move quickly.
And once the temperatures dip again, that could create another issue.
Consider that if there is a flooding event, we're going to have a flash freeze. So if you have a vehicle that might be in some water, you're going to want to move that vehicle to higher ground so you don't have a vehicle frozen in place.
And as officials keep an eye on the rivers, they are also trying to keep frozen culverts clear and again stressing to people to avoid flooded streets. In Alexandria, Mike Cronin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, there you go on that video and that report. Man jumps to escape fire in a large apartment complex. Dozens displaced. Let's take a listen to the video from WCVB Boston.
Captures flames shooting from the unit where the fire started, and the man who lives here had to jump for his life.
Jumped off the deck on fire. My son pulled him out from underneath the deck.
Police say careless smoking in that unit sparked the fire, and it spread quickly, choking the hallways with thick black smoke.
I ran downstairs, first floor, second floor, as far as I could get, banging on all the doors to see if anybody was still in there.
But some neighbors could not make it out of the Countryside Estates condos, trapped in their units and pleading for help from their balconies.
Crews arrived on scene, quickly started attacking the fire. When the ladder company arrived, they started rescuing residents over the ladders.
Firefighters also pulled pets from the flames. A massive effort to ensure everyone who lives here survived.
We're all okay, yes.
All okay,
yes. And the gentleman that they took out, I'm sure he'll be okay too.
That man who jumped suffered third-degree burns, but firefighters say he is expected to survive. They actually came here just last year to fight a fire in the very same unit. In Rutland, John Atwater, WCVB News Center 5.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Florida man who claimed $451 Million Mega Millions jackpot originally from Maine. Let's take a listen to the video from WMTW News 8 Maine.
We are leaders.
We are truth seekers.
Anthony York says he was shocked when he got the call about his friend Shane Missler.
I'm shocked. I mean, I didn't even believe it at first. I had to look it up. I looked at 3 different sources through the whole thing after hearing it from my other friend, and then I had to talk to him, and then I was like, holy cow, this is actually real.
His friend and former teammate hitting it big, really big. The 20-year-old Livermore native, the sole winner of the $451 million Mega Millions jackpot after buying a ticket at this 7-Eleven in Port Richey, Florida.
It is huge news.
Cindy Parody was Shane's homeroom teacher at Spruce Mountain High School.
He was very quiet, very polite, just a nice all-around student.
She says it was exciting hearing the news spread at tonight's basketball game.
And I'm just thrilled that something great happens to somebody who's a good kid.
We asked Anthony if he thinks the money will change his friend.
He has a heart of gold, so I already know it's not going to change him one bit. I mean, if he goes through his toughest time, he's still Shane. When he goes through the highest, he's still Shane, so.
As far as what he'll do with the money, people who know Shane say that they're sure he'll do something good. In J. Aaron Dixon, WMTW News 8.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Very cool. What a sweet story there. Diplomats face challenges of reassuring allies they're not blank countries. Let's take a listen to the video from ABC News.
Hey everyone, I'm Taylor.
I'm Catherine. Hi, I'm Courtney. Looking for a real relationship? Text LOVE to 370-370 and Match will give you 7 days free.
I'm looking for someone to laugh with.
I am looking to explore. I'm not a game player. I like nice guys. Text LOVE to 370-370 and get 7 days free.
I hope to see you soon.
Come find me. I can't wait to meet you. Why wait to meet someone great? Text LOVE to 370-370 and get yours 7 days free on Match now.
Get right to that growing firestorm ignited by those vulgar comments from President Trump about allowing immigrants from Africa and Haiti into America. ABC News policy is not to repeat the profanity, which a chorus of Trump critics have called racist and un-American. We're going to talk more about that later. First, our chief White House correspondent John Carl is tracking all the latest fallout from Washington. Good morning, John.
Good morning, George. Just as he seemed to be making progress on a bipartisan immigration deal, the president blew it all up with a vulgar remark that struck many as blatantly racist. The president's vulgar slur came during an Oval Office meeting with congressional leaders trying to hammer out an immigration deal. Multiple sources tell ABC News the president grew angry when he was told the developing deal would include protections for immigrants from African countries and Haiti. Why are we having people from blank countries coming here? The president demanded, referring to Haiti and African countries with a profane slur, adding, "Why do we need more Haitians?" The president suggested the U.S. should bring in more immigrants from countries like Norway. At first, the White House didn't deny the president said those words, and now the president is tweeting, quote, "Never said anything derogatory about Haitians other than Haiti is obviously a very poor and troubled country. I have a wonderful relationship with Haitians." The news of the president's crude insult drew bipartisan condemnation.
This remark by the President of the United States smacks of blatant racism.
His comments do not represent America.
This is not help at all. It's a distraction.
Republican Congresswoman Mia Love, the first Haitian American elected to Congress, called on the president to apologize, saying his comments are, quote, "unkind, divisive, elitist, and fly in the face of our nation's values." Jeb Bush tweeted, "I hope today's comments were just a crass and flippant mistake and do not reflect the hateful racism they imply."
It's far from the first time Trump has made racially offensive comments. On the very first day of his campaign, he insulted Mexicans.
They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people.
And in August, he responded to violence at the neo-Nazi rally in Charlottesville by saying there were fine people both among the protesters and the white supremacists.
You also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
The president's latest outburst came after he brought Democrats and Republicans together for a constructive meeting at the White House on Tuesday, urging a deal to provide legal status to the so-called Dreamers, undocumented immigrants brought to the U.S. as children.
This should be a bipartisan bill. This should be a bill of love. Truly, it should be a bill of love, and we can do that.
Before yesterday's outburst, it appeared that a deal was imminent. Now that's in doubt. There were 7 members of Congress at yesterday's meeting. The only one to comment is the lone Democrat, Dick Durbin.
To no surprise, the president started tweeting this morning denying that he used those words. It is not true.
And now the president is up and tweeting, saying that the bipartisan deal that was presented to him yesterday was a big step backwards, adding, quote, U.S. would be forced to take large numbers of people from high-crime countries which are doing badly. And now another tweet where he seems to be denying what he said, saying the language used by me at the DACA meeting was tough, but was not the language used. What was really tough was the outlandish proposal made. Unclear if that is a full denial of what he said. George, we've asked for clarification.
Okay, and there you go on that video in that report. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Saturday, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. Goodbye, everyone.